Good morning once again, everyone. It's another section for support and resistance. Our support and resistance course continues this morning. It's my pleasure to invite our presenter for this morning, the person of Mommy, Mrs. Margaret. Mrs. Margaret, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, my boss, Much Money. Good morning, and good morning to everyone on the call. Let me say I'm very, very grateful for this privilege, because I never expected it in my wildest dream that I will be able to give, a talk on this technical topic. And we noticed that we've been talking about this for several weeks now. And there's an adage that says if a blacksmith is hammering on a particular spot, it means there is a mark there. So while our leaders in the house have been hammering on resistance and support, it means that these two are foundational concepts in technical analysis. And if we really understood it, we are really in for a successful trading. So we thank our leaders very much. Thank you so much for giving us this privilege. So what is resistance and support? In simple terms, support is a price level at which an asset price stops falling. What do we mean by this? It means that support is a price level on our charts beyond which an asset will not decline or fall. It will not go further beyond that price level or zone. And what is the reason for this? It is because it is assumed that support level is a price point at which buyers are more inclined to buy and sellers are hesitant to sell, thereby pushing demand for that asset higher. And when the demand for an asset is higher, what happens to the price? The price also starts increasing, going up, because nobody wants to buy something that is so expensive. We all want something that is cheap. So we wait for that price to come down before we buy. And when the demand for that price is so high, the price tends to go up. So what about resistance? Resistance is a level at which the price of an asset stops rising. So what do we mean by this? It means that the price of that asset is restricted to go further. It will restrict it from having any upward movement in the price. And the reason for that is also obvious. Sellers are ready to sell. Buyers are hesitant to buy. Okay? Just like I said earlier, once a price of thing is so expensive, nobody will be ready to buy. And so automatically the price will start coming down. So how do we now identify support and resistance on our chart? Okay, what we need to do is to look at our chart. We want to find a significant pause in price decline or rise. What do I mean by this? I think at this junction, I need to share my screen to show you some charts that illustrates support and resistance. So, Oga Much Money, am I permitted to share my screen?
Of course, yes, madam. You are, in fact, we are joining you, sir, ma'am. So share your screen, please. You are free to do that, ma'am.
Okay. Let me see. Share your screen. Okay. Start now. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it, ma'am.
All right. Let me go to some charts. Okay. Yeah, can you see this chart?
Yeah, we can.
This is a 1 hour, time frame chart. We want to notice that the chart can be, it can be 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour chart. Okay, we can use any of the time frame, but it is believed that the longer the time frame, the more significant the support or the resistance. So looking at this chart now, say 1 hour time frame, if you look at this chart very well, you will see that the price of this asset dots have difficulty in moving further this price level. And we want also to note that it is not the exact price we are talking about here. It is a zone. You will see that some candles touch the line exactly. Some did not reach there. Some pass it small. Okay, so it is a zone, not really an exact price. So the line on top is the resistance, because the price is being halted at that point in the price chart. Okay, so that makes it, and it's not just once. If you count the number of times that the price reached that level, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's about 4 times. So when you notice that a price is having difficulty in going beyond a particular price level on the chart, that is a resistance. And like we had several illustrations of resistance and support in this group, we know that the one on the floor is the support. So looking at this chart now, we'll see that it tries to go further, to go downward, to continue to decline, but it's having difficulty in doing that. So at any time that it reaches this line, it moves back, upward again. So it's be impeded from going down. So we can say that is a support. So when we want to check our support, we can just look at the chart. Where is this my price having difficulties in going beyond this price? Then that is a support, a resistance going further, going up is resistance. Then when it have problem in coming down a particular price level, that is a support. Let me see another chart. Can we see this one also?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay, this is another example of support and resistance charts. Just like I explained earlier, if you look at this chart also, it's having problems of going beyond and coming below the price. But like our boss have told us some times ago, that a support can become a resistance and a resistance can become a support. So let's look at this chart now. Okay. Can we see this particular chart? Don't mind my drawing or my lines. I am not that good at lines. So that's why it's like this. If you look at the green line on top, that is the resistance. You see, it's the resistance because the price is not able to move beyond that line so much. Like we said, it's a zone. It can be above a little, maybe few percentage, it can be above, and sometimes I not really touch that line. That is why it is called a zone, not an exact price. And the blue line was then the support for the green line. Okay, but at a point in time, you see that red in the middle it broke that blue line and it come down. You see? So it makes the blue line now to become a resistance, and the orange line below to be the support. So I don't really know if I'm making sense.
Madam, in fact, killing it, madam. In fact, I'm enjoying your class, madam. Right on, madam.
You're making too much sense, man.
Oh, thank you, my boss. Thank you, my boss. So once we understand all this resistance and support level, it will help us to know when to enter the market and when to exit. Okay, because once you find that at this particular price, so this market will come back, what will you do? You quickly take your profit and leave the market. And once we understand this resistance and support thing, like my boss said earlier on, it will help us in doing our replenishment. We won't be doing it anyhow. You will know that when you are trading short, you replenish at the resistance. And when you are trading long, you replenish at where? At the support. So that we will have a very, profitable trading. So that is a little I have about, resistance and support. So we just want to have that in mind whenever we want to enter a trade, that we want to buy at support and sell at resistance. And it also depends on what we are trading, whether it is short or long. If you are trading long, you buy at the support, then you sell at resistance. If you are trading short, you buy at resistance, and sell at support. So, Oga Much Money, thank you for this opportunity. I think I rest my case here.
Wow. This is massive.
Award, man.
This is massive. In fact, I'm super excited. In fact, one of Plan B academy students. In fact, you have done justice today. Wow, thank you so much. In fact, I really appreciate your teachings. In fact, you can see we don't have big grammars in our community. We have sharp and smart grammars. We had Madam Comfort yesterday. We said, wow. But another fantastic session this morning from Madam Margaret. Both of them are grammars, but these are not just ordinary grammars. They are digital age grammars. They are not analog age grammars. Wow, I commend you people. I appreciate you. In fact, I believe all our newbies, even both old and new, they have learned a lot and they have really understood what we mean by support and resistance. Just the only thing that we just try to just add to what he just explained now is that please don't forget he talked about time frame. Mind you, while you are applying what she just explained now, make sure you are making use of a kind of like a day time frame, or let me say from 1 hour time frame. Yeah, let's start from 1 hour time frame, because we consider those time frame to be a kind of strong support and resistance level. That's where you can find strong support and resistance level. But while you are now drawing all this line with 5 minutes time frame, 1 minute time frame, 2 minute, 3 minute time frame, or even 15-minute time frame, sometimes they tends to break all those supports and resistance easily. Market tends to break all those ones easily. We don't consider them as strong support or resistance. So if you really want to set your replenishment, or you want to set your entry or your take profits, so you have to consider either 1 day, 1 week, 1 hour, or 1 month resistance. But do you know why I don't always love 1 month? Because if you consider 1 month, when you are talking about 1 month, meaning that sometimes before your take profit will hit, it might be the same time frame when it's going to hit. So it's like you have been going for mid-term trade. You have been going for swing. any analysis from a month's chart or time frame used to be a kind of swinging type of trading. It won't be scalping again. It won't become scalp again. So because before your take profit will hit there, it may take longer time. It will hit that place you project, but it might take 3 weeks, even 1 month before it's going to hit that place. So that is why at least 1 week is still manageable. 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour. You discover that some of our signals here, if you discover that ITMO signal used to take longer time before its entry price, ITMO analysis is based on a week and a month charts. So any analysis that based on a week and a month charts, don't expect their entry to come easily like that. I get it now, because it's going to fight some war from 1 hour, 1 day, 3 days, 30 minutes before it's going to go to that entry. If some people they do make mistake, they will now say because the entry is far, let me go and long it. Maybe the guys drop a signal that you should short the market. You now say, oh, this entry is far from the market price. What if I now longed this market to reach the entry for the short? It doesn't work that way. Who tells you that it's going to break some difficulties along the line before it's going to hit that resistance and shut down? So if it doesn't do that, meaning that it might not hit the entry, and maybe you may later tell you that, okay, the signal is not valid again. I get it now. So those are the things you need to take, you need to be aware of so that you not do wrong thing. Thank you so much. I'm proud of you people. In fact, from Mr. Lakul, ITMO, Madam Comforts, Madam Margaret, all the leaders in the house, I'm proud of you people. In fact, you made me proud, honestly speaking. Even though if I'm not available, I believe that things is going to go well. All right. Because of our time, I'm going to give room for question and answer, because I can see some people indicating that they will have question, somehow like that. So Mr. Su, another person. Okay. We have Mr. Phenomenal, Mr. Phenom K. We have Sesu. Let me allow Mr. Phenom K, because Sesu is old member. But Phenom K, I think, is a new member. So let me allow Mr. Phenom K first. Then after him, we can have Sesu to ask his question. So, Mr. I want to look at. Okay. I think. Okay, Mr. Igbalaye. Mr. Igbalaye, get ready to answer people's questions, sir. All right, go ahead, Mr. Phenom.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, in fact, I'm very grateful for the training, the lecture. This support and resistance, sir. The class we had on Wednesday, after the class yesterday, I was trying to apply it on the chart. And on the chart, I saw two different things. There is a price up, one down, and in the middle. But the class we have had this morning now has shed more light to what I said I discovered strange. Now, what I want to ask is this, sir. Before putting in the entry price, and after we have checked the chart to see the support and resistance, sir, the prices we see on the chart, because one is always up, one down, while the entry price will be at the middle, what effect does it have on what we put in, sir? The prices we see, the one we see at the resistance side and the support side, what does it tell us to do when we want to enter a trade? What effect does it really have? That is my question, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Igbala, I hope you understand that question, sir. Hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Baba.
Yeah, try and answer the questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Back to the brother that asked the question. The support and resistance. Some people call it demands and supply. The support, sometimes you call it demand zone, and the resistance, sometimes you call it supply zone. Now, if you are looking at shorts right now, you wanted to short market. Now, we expect you to put your entry on the last resistance or above. There's a way we calculate based on the hours chart you pick. If it is 4 hours, if it is a day or a week candle chart. So it will tell you the better option, the good option to go for. Should I use the first support resistance, or should I use the next supply? So if you try to pick any of those one or two, which is the top high resistance, that is what we normally mean by resistance is when a trade go towards uptrend. So the last place, the edge it touched before coming down, that is the first resistance. It will come down and pull another one. So it will touch the same resistance and come down. So if you try to now try to confirm the highest, like out of the three, the two that looks alike, that is your first resistance. So you put your short target in there. Any number you see there, that is where you put your short in, that okay, this market is going to touch this resistance, and from there let me short it. And if it is buy zone, if it is support or demand zone is majorly where buyers always queue to demand for more buys. So now you've confirmed the first one based on your chart, of which most of this lecture we have now is in my class. I put it on advanced class, not for basic, to be honest with you. Because if you're on basic, you just think you can just go ahead and do such. It's better you always discuss with your sponsor. So don't think you know it all, because cryptocurrency is not everybody's mate. So always liaise with your upline to know how to go about that. So now the buy zone, the demand zone now, after the first one, the second confirmation, the third confirmation, you pick the best two. So when market goes, anyhow, it consolidates. So during the consolidation, is either it goes up or go down. So with your best analysis, might have shown you that, guarantee it's coming down towards a down trade, and definitely it will pick me at this buy zone. So in which you have put your pending on that. That is so whatever any number you see, on trading view is different from Binance a little bit. So whatever any number that gives to you on the resistance, if you're about to short, or long if you wanted to long, so that is the exact number you put your limit to buy it, to buy your market at pending order. So if that is clear, please let us know. Thank you very much. Much money, Baba.
Mr. Ferdinand K.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah, I'm very, very, very clear. Thanks, and God bless you, Dimo, sir.
Much money. Hope I did not speak too much.
Not at all, sir.
And no, it's a little bit clear, right?
Yeah, sure. It's clear. In fact, you try, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. All right. It's like Mr. Dabiri wanted to ask a question. Mr. Dabiri, please, I want you to know difference between this class, this channel, and that our beginners class, where we used to have seminar for beginners. So what you type that day in that group is not the right place to post it, because that place is just where we used to address beginners that are just coming on board. Anything at all, you can drop it on stakeholders charts, where we used to drop our charts, or you drop it for your upline for the person to follow the right and appropriate channel. All right, thank you, Mr. Dabiri. So it's like you have question, Mr. Dabiri. All right, says you can ask your question, sir. Where's E? Where's Sesu? Sesu, you want to ask question? You can ask your question, Sesu. All right, any other question in the house? Okay, go ahead, Sesu. I think you are speaking.
Yeah, sorry. What I want to ask has been attended to. That is why I dropped down my hand.
Okay, that's okay. I see. All right, thank you. Madam two. Okay, Mr. AB Nice. Mr. AB Nice. Omit the microphone, sir. Mr. AB Nice. Omit the microphone.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for this opportunity, sir.
The player, sir.
Sir, I want to ask, like today now, there's some signals that they dropped that we entered, and then it hasn't yet peaked. Is it still possible we can still wait for the signal for it to get to the normal entry, even if it takes to maybe up to an hour? Is it possible that?
Even if it takes one day, I guess
Okay,
now
sir.
you have to wait for entry. Don't just step in. We just explain the factors that a signals provider used to consider now before we do up signal. So meaning that let's say something is at the middle right now, and they want it to get to the roof so that you can shut it down. But because it's at the middle, you now say it's getting delay or getting long, so you now pick it at the middle. What if the thing did not reach the top again, the roof again before it drops down? So that is where you experience liquidation. So you have to always exercise patience with signals. There are some signals that it may even take 3 days before it's going to pick that entry. Are you getting now? So,
Yes, sir.
and then some signal, immediately you said that your limit within 5 minutes is going to pick it. So just always learn to endure and patience for signal to enter their entry. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Mr. Akinyemi Daniel. Mr. Akinyemi Daniel. Mr. Akinyemi Daniel.
Sir.
Mr. Yeah, I'll mute your microphone, sir.
Yes, I've done that. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
My question will be a bit, maybe a beginner question, because from when our mommy was giving the lecture, she mentioned about long and short, relating to how it relates to resistance and support. I just want to know, how do you determine when you are shorting and when you are logging, doing long? How do you determine your support and your resistance? And from what the question the last person asked, my second question is related to that, because sometimes if I put in the signal they give and I start seeing negative, my fear with will this thing not go and chop my money? Sometimes I will just close it. And you have mentioned it that sometimes it can take up to 2 days, 3 days. I just need more explanation too on that one.
Okay. Actually, when we're talking about support and resistance, like mommy said, support is like floor, as meaning that when the market is selling and the situation whereby people have discovered that this thing is low in price and they are now demanding to buy, meaning that automatically the thing will reverse from there and the price will start going up. So meaning that when you can identify where the moment in which people will keep buying again is what we mean by support. Then people have been buying, the price is going up. Your ability to be able to identify when people will want to be selling back. When they are selling, what will happen to the price? The price will be falling. That is what we mean by resistance. So then, if you don't forget now, the double advantage and double portion we have as a futures trader is that by the time we buy at the support, meaning that you are buying low to sell high. By the time the market now reaches the resistance, you sell, right? You join people that are selling to sell. Your ability, you now have an advantage of also to key in at that top price and shut it down to support and still make profit as a futures trader. Are you getting now? So that is straightforward, and we have video for that. And I just did one short video that can explain that more better. I will send it to you. I think, or you ask for your plan to share you that video. So I think with that video, you should be able to know what we mean by long and what we mean by short. Then the second one, you just asked that sometimes you close your trade yourself and all that. These two things are involved. Assuming you have like 10 signals, you now, all of them open on limits, pending order, the presets. So meaning that all of those 10 trades are yet to be in position. They have not triggered for trading. You just, buy in pending order that when the price reaches so place, maybe if you want to short, when the price reach so resistance, then you should buy for me. If you want to long, when price reach so support, buy for me so that I want to long the market. Assuming you have 10 trades that you have in pending order like that. We have said the time with that number in this class that the moment you have 5 of them that later open, what will you do to the remaining 5 that are yet to be open? Go and cancel those remaining 5 because so that you not overload or overtrade. You not trade too much. You not open multiple positions that may affect all your total portfolio. Hope that is clear. So you cancel like 5. You leave the 5 to be doing what you are doing. Now you now say something that maybe when the market is now out of that 5, you now see some that are going against you. You now quickly go and use your hand to close manually. No. First thing you need to, I expect you to do while we are having this class with you people is that when you see a trade that is going against you, maybe that particular signal, maybe it did not reach the appropriate, if it is short, maybe it is not, the entry is not exactly at the appropriate resistance. So you that you have knowledge of resistance knowledge. That's what Mr. Lacour used to do. Mr. Lacour will now go and draw his line again and check the good resistance if you want to short. Okay, this entry, he will see some error in that entry. He will have seen some error in that entry and he will now place his own entry at the maybe higher price than that entry price. But because of the new B, even if at all you have entered at that entry price, you can now go later after you might have entered because sometimes it might not go back to that entry that you are thinking before it's going to take profit. So enter first, then go back to your chart and see the resistance. Okay, if I thought this thing go against me, I can replenish a so place. But if at all you don't want to replenish at all and you want to close your trade, you can put your stop loss at that place or higher than that resistance, that if in case it breaks this resistance, I know that it's going to be going more crazy. Then after it might have broken this resistance, you look at the price that is little above that resistance level. You now put your stop loss there. So instead of it to use your hand to close that trade, who tells you? Because let me tell you one simple truth. Everything about trading is a game of probability. Everything about trading is a what? Is a game of probability, as in game of probability all through. That's why when they want to give you some entries, if not for the game of probability, they will give you like 2-3 entries that, okay, it might probably go here, it might probably go here, it might probably go here. Also in take profits, sometimes they used to give you like 5 take profits. They'll say it might probably reach here, it might probably reach here. Everything in trading is all about what? Probability. That is why you must use your money in probability way. Use your portfolio in what? In probability way. Use your capital in probability way. The people that are giving you signal, they are giving you signal in probability way. You are not using your money, you are not using your money in probability way. That's when you'll be putting what you're not supposed to put in that market. You are sure of the market 100% than people that are giving signal. That's what it means. You are saying no. It must give you profit. And people that are giving you signal, they are providing everything based on what? On probability. So let's always learn how to play it safe and do it how you ought to do it. Hope that is clear, bro.
Sir.
Hello?
Yes, it's clear.
All right, sir. Okay. Mrs. Okpeyemi Muradeyo. Mrs. Okpeyemi Muradeyo. Omit the microphone, Mrs. Okpeyemi Muradeyo.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Much Money, Mr. Moshood.
Oh, Mr. Okay, I know who is speaking from Ibadan. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Olavix, my Oga.
Good morning.
In fact,
Mr. Ope, you are welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. This area that you touched this morning, it has been where I always ask more questions to Mr. Galaye. This resistance and support. In fact, to be honest with you, up till now, I don't understand it, but I enjoy the explanation of that, madam, and supported with Mr. Igbalaye contribution. My own request is this: please, all this video that talks about resistance and support, please, Mr. Much Money, can you help us drop it so that one can watch it over and over and over and over and over?
And this is what we are going to do.
Then, Mr. Much Money, okay. I grab one thing from you the first day, from you and Mr. Igbalaye, the first day I joined this group. I grab one thing. You design a level at which one can be easily impacted, that you can easily impart knowledge on somebody. And this is what I mean. You come down to our level. In fact, to the extent of teaching Yoruba. I don't know of others, but that thing has really helped me with your terminology that you use. I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to say. That terminology that you use to train, please, I don't want you to derail from it. It has really helped me. Please. Thank you, sir.
All right, bro. When we are that one can only possible when we are having offline class. Offline class. When you have offline class in Yoruba land, you know that if you speak in Yoruba, will have been. But this time around, when we have people from Ghana, people from Kenya, people from abroad, people from east, people from north, that might not be easy like that to go about. Okay, but that is noted. Then I think if I'm not getting your first question, you have made me to even forget your first question now.
I think the first question, concerning the video.
I remember now. Yeah, concerning the video. If you scroll back on this channel, there's no day we will have any recording and I will not share on this channel. There's no day.
Oh, okay.
So the easy way to even get access to it, when you click on the name of this group, you see media. Okay. When you click on the media, it's going to show you all the recorded video. But this is what I'm going to do. Today's class and maybe Madam Comfort class and Mr. Lakul class, all the classes that explain support and resistance, I'm going to upload those videos on my channel, on my YouTube channel. Okay. When I upload those videos, anytime anybody needs it, it's easy for us to forward it from the YouTube channel. So, and I'm going to drop that one on our stakeholders group and even on some groups that I know all the members belong. I think that will be okay, right?
Yeah, clear, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's clear. Okay. Somebody wanted to ask a question here. Is there someone wanted to ask a question? I've made the person. Okay, let me check through the name. Okay, maybe the person's question has been answered. So we appreciate you all. Thanks for joining. Hope you have all gained for this morning class. I believe you have been impacted. Mommy Margaret, we really appreciate you. Mommy Comfort, in fact, we appreciate you. Mr. Lakul, I give you thumbs up. Mr. Igbalaye, all the leaders, thanks for your support. Thanks for your Okay, Coach want to ask a question. Coach, are you there? By Monday, we're going to have a candlestick explanation. Coach, I'm trying to omit Coach, but I don't know what is happening. Hello, Coach. You want to ask a question? You can unmute the microphone now, Coach. So that we can. Okay, then Madam Lily, Lady Lily, yes. Lady Lily, you wanted to ask a question the other time, Lady Lily. Lady Lily, unmute the microphone. Lady Lily, are you there?
Good
okay,
morning,
so
sir.
good morning, madam.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Please, I have a question to ask, and I'll be seeing some signals they sent. So those signals, I'll be seeing some like this one here. Thank you. Like this one, there's one they sent here. I'm coming, sir. Like this one, they say the entrance is 0.025. That's the RVN. And whenever I enter the signal and check the entries, it has already passed, because this one is short, it has already passed from 0.026 to, it's now 0.0525. So what I'm asking, am I supposed to still put it at that 0.026 as limit, or I should enter market with 0.025?
About the signal you are talking about, they gave you range of entry. They say you should enter
Yes,
between 0.0259 to 0.026, meaning that
yes,
if the price is around 0.02594, you can enter. 0.0295, you can enter. 96, you can enter. Up to 0.026, 0.027. You can even enter when the price is around 0.027, 0.028. The only area where you cannot enter is when the market price is below the entry given price, because it's short market. So assuming that, okay, you can see the entry now that you should enter at 0.02593. But assuming that
yes.
the current market price is now 0.02500, you cannot enter.
Okay.
You cannot enter. Are you getting now? You cannot enter. You can't enter below the entry price while you are shorting. Are you getting now?
Okay. So
So, but you can,
am
but since
I
the
supposed to
signal,
enter through limit or market?
you cannot use market. What we mean by market is you want to enter at current market price. You are meaning that will be wrong entry for you. That's what I'm trying to explain. Price, you are asked to enter at 0.02593. Assuming that current
Yes.
market price is now 0.2500, and you now use market price to enter, meaning that is wrong entry totally. So in that
Okay.
case, you don't need anybody to tell you that, oh, this thing, let me set limits. The meaning of limit is that the market price is not the same as my entry.
Okay.
So let me set limit so that by the time it hits the entry, it's going to trigger and buy for me. So you don't need anybody to tell you whether you should use entry. Anytime you go to the market, you see that, oh, the market price is different from my entry price. From entry price given to me, I must use limit. But anytime you go to your chart, your dashboard, your interface, your futures interface, and you discover that the current market price is the same thing as your given entry price, that you should know that you have to use market price to enter. You don't need anybody to tell you that.
Yes, that's what I used to check. Whenever I entered and I see that the current price is at the same price with this 0.0259 something, I will now enter through market instead of being entering through limit. So I want to be sure of those two. Can you hear me, sir?
And sometimes if it's a little different, sometimes the entry is a 2.2593. Then the current market price might be 0.290. Don't say because it is just 3. Let me enter as market price. No. Even though if the price is 0.2591 and the entry is 0.2593, go and set your limit for it. Set your limit. Set your limit for it. Set your limit for it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, so that, by the way, thank everybody for your time. Don't forget our money management strategy. So please don't forget, you don't use more than 0.2% of your money to start your trade, so that by the time, now we can be using some technical terms. If you are on long, and by the time you discover that the market is going against you, and you see the next support, you can now plan to use 0.4, double of your 0.2. I get it now for effective replenishment. By the time you discover that it's breaking that support again and heading to the next support, you plan your next support. You can set that limit that when it hits the next support, it's going to put another 0.8. You know, by the time as you are putting new money to in the next support, is bringing your entry closer to the next support, the last nearest support. So meaning that it's repositioning you in that trade. By the time you come out of that trade, you might later trade with $1 and come out with $5 profit. That is advantage of knowing the good place to replenish and to buy new position for yourself. And if it is a short market, that's another thing. That's another thing. You'll be considering what? Resistance. Next resistance to what? To replenish. Next resistance to replenish. You know that you not be watching the candle. As the candle is pumping, you are replenishing. As the candle is pumping, you are replenishing. Don't be surprised that before it's going to hit the next resistance, you will have blown up all your money and your account will be empty. So please make sure you stick to the money management. And don't forget, if you are newbie, if you know that you are yet to become a professional, stick to 5x leverage, please. Stick to what? 5x leverage. And don't forget that we have given room for all old members also to use within 5x to 20x, but don't use more than 20x. So all those things, I think you are working towards them. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you all. All right, so that's that about that. We're going to call it a day for this morning. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all. Let's unmute our microphone and say bye-bye. Mr. Yusuf, you are welcome.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Happy weekend.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Have a nice day.
Madam
Have a
Yemisi,
nice day.
Mrs. Yemisi from Abuja, you're welcome.
Mommy, comfort, you are back.
I noticed when you joined.
The network kicked me out, but I listened to your talk. Thank you so much. It was awesome.
What can I do without you? You've
God
always been there
bless
for
you.
me.
Thank you, Madam Margaret.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
Madam
much.
Margaret. Have a lovely day.
And you too, ma.
Agamosh, thank you.
Mommy.
Thank you for your